Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mechamac. This is Let's Play the Sexy Brutale. Last time, well, we figured out that Thanos isn't quite correct about the engineering of his own rescue. So yeah. Now technically we do have everything we need to get every collectible remaining in the game, but I kind of don't want to do that because, well, you see, the fiery doors are still making it awfully painful to get all over the place. It'll be a lot faster once we get that. Once we come up with a way to deal with the burning doors, that is. Once that's out of the way, then we can just get everything at our leisure. Because technically you can't get everything, just mostly everything. And now we're gonna have to camp out in this closet. So then we give this a few pulls. Looks like a proper shindig. Nothing new there. I mean, let's be fair, even if you didn't know that it has to be also, even if you didn't know the combination, the fact that they all light up green and have that ding ding, yeah, that's kind of a giveaway. Now here's the part that's gonna take the most finagling, because as soon as he comes through there, he's gonna change it to spade no matter what you do. And I know that you're waiting for me here. A hidden dumbwaiter compartment, there's a statue inside. Now, an important thing is that you want to check that a place card reads Lafcadio Boone and Eleanor Bonds. The place card reads Aurum Runes and Thanos Gorecki. Grayson, Red Rockridge. Clay Rockridge, Trinity Carrington. Tequila Bell, Willow Blue. So yeah, if you get to that compartment before the staff member does, get to it before the staff member does, and you can get a card from it. I don't know what, but I think there's. I'll get that later because right now I want to do this. Put the arm back in. Spin once. Spin twice. Spin 3 times. Bingo. Now we've got to find a moment to slip past Aurum and change the switch after he changes it. Okay, that's kind of funny. He has a reference to if you... Actually, you know what? I should write a book about this. Oh, you can only hear it once a day, apparently. Hello, Aurum. Ugh, nearly missed this fella. One, 2, 3. Aurum, that's done it. The statue's symbols. I don't understand. This shouldn't be the correct combination. You think maybe the Marquis changed them? It's possible, but if that were true, then the ones I was working towards... Well, it's too terrible to imagine what could have happened. Now, I know what could have happened. We've seen it. I'm feeling better than I thought I would. Maybe I don't need this mask right now. Yes, I rather feel a weight has been lifted. Ah, Boone! Lafcadio, how are you, man? Did you do something with the elevator here? I had the most terrible feeling. Boone, would you mind terribly continuing our search for Lucas? I'm worried about him, but he's least likely to be offended when the concern is coming from you. That boy loves you, Laffy. Looks up to you, you know? Even with all his crazy riches, he still has a soul needs saving. Plus this old fool here owes me a drink. And some staff members an apology. There will be zero apologizing. The sass on that young man. I tell you, in my day... Out of the frying pan. Thanos' mask is yours, Boone. Thanos' architect insight. The genius architect Thanos Gorecki has an unparalleled knowledge of the sexy Brutale. Visiting certain areas of the map will trigger memories and reveal secrets. Unlock new entries in the brochure using the power when the prompt appears. He knows anything more about this place than any man, except perhaps for Reggie. With that mask and Thanos' knowledge, so much will be revealed to you. Thanos' monument is your path forward, but he can also reveal so much about the mansion and the path you've already taken. You've opened a path downwards, Boone. I want to thank you. There's something so precious down there in the dark. Come to find me. I mean, the last people to go in here didn't exactly have a happy ending, you know. And that is actually a checkpoint, which is useful because it's about to send us back yet again. And if we want to get the invitation for Thanos, we actually have to let him burn alive and then take it from him down here. So first thing we're going to do here is set the clock forward. Oh, hello. Here's the use of his mask. This room, you remember. The candles burn clean and bright, reflecting what could be well-gold paneling on the floors. Nope, we can't advance time any further. The elevator is a work of art. It appears to be wrought from pure gold, with one of the finest examples of clockwork lift mechanisms you could imagine. For it to be hidden down here is a selfish crime. Now, where would those two be up to by this point? Yeah, we're not going to see them until 11 o'clock, so that's another 2 minutes. So just grab the invitation, reset the clock. Pretty simple. Not exactly scintillating conversation though, is it? I mean, we've got one mask left, so we've actually gotten through most of the game and it's only been one recording session. It's kind of impressive, really. It is not a long game. And there's little bits here and there, like, well, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to talk about how there's little graphical thingamies, like, I remember someone pointing out when you save Tequila Belle, there's a slight bit of an animation jump when she's going up the steps. But other than that, this isn't a bad game. I think the worst thing I can say about the game is that its name suggests that it's a very different game to what it actually is. You expect something sickly sweet like a dating visual novel, and then it turns out to be a Majora's Mask puzzle-ish. Oh. Hello. His body is charred beyond recognition. There's something on the back of his chair. But yeah, it turns out to be a Majora's Mask like puzzle game with some very gruesome murder styles, indeed. I mean, yeah, there's the Phoenix elevator right there, but I don't think anything can match up for how messed up that theater murder with the death trap is. So let's explore. 3 paintings of people you don't recognize. The book appears to be written in a foreign language. Then you realize every page is filled with lurid descriptions of murders, handwritten in mirror writing. And here, you actually want to check this. An ornate dumbwaiter. There's a playing card inside. And this is actually connected to, can I zoom in a little? Yes, can I zoom? Yeah, this is where that 3 of hearts is going to dump his little hand device. Dirty dishes piled high. It's perhaps the most comforting and homely thing the mansion has seen so far. A very large and stinky couple of cheeses, and a cooking book entitled Cheese. Embrace the stench. These pots appear to be pure copper. The collection is worth a small fortune. Looks like servants' dining area, perhaps? Bells alerting the servants they are needed upstairs. And if we muscle our way through here, we find a box that we can crack. Thank you, Grayson. And the Ace of Diamonds. Paintings on the wall are triptych with an inscription at the bottom, the story of Aoyori. Okay. A small card table for cards has been set here. A series of books on the history of Japanese ghost stories. And let's see. 2 bottles of Chateau Margaux, 1787. The cabinet is filled with 5 bottles of Mountain Rothschild 1945? Impossible! A secret meeting room hidden deep in the mansion. Just being in the room affords a sense of intrigue and power. There are 2 bottles of Maclean M whiskey on display. The sheer cost. The 6 of Hearts. You discover the secret passage in the basement. Books on the correct preparations of antivenoms. Some of the pages are worryingly well thumbed. So if we duck in here, yeah, this painting is a passage into the basement. So now we can get to anywhere in the mansion except the theatre because it's blocked off by a firewall. You can't actually climb up through the... you can't climb up through that little trapdoor. It's blocked from underneath. Even if you could get there before Grayson gets into it, which I'm not entirely sure you could. And if we check here, there's a statue arm inside. So yeah, you can actually open up either end of it and get the things inside. I just figured it would be easier to get it here. A bank of electronics. The main console is labelled theatre. It looks highly technical, but some of the wires have been torn out roughly. So yeah, that's how they broke the electronics up in the theatre, letting them mess up. Machines possibly undergoing repairs. The 7 of Diamonds. There are schematics for what appear to be some kinds of explosives. They're too technical to understand, but they nibble at the edges of your memory for some reason. So yeah, the 2 guys that trapped Grayson and in the electric cage of death would come down here to mess with them. And here, above you are delicate glass tubes. Walkways? Oh, hello, Miss Bloody Woman. Boone, this place is not like the rest of the mansion. This is where the Marquis keeps some of his most powerful secrets locked up tight. Behind this statue, I believe there is a door. You need to find a way to open it. If I can talk to him, if I could just see what... I cannot stay here. Please, Boone, help me see what's behind this door. Pipes or tubes connect to the statue. They feel more organic than mechanical, like veins or arteries gone cold. The statue screams madness at you. It is horrible to behold. There appears to be a doorway in it, but there's not so much as a crack around the edges. As the day goes on, all the staff that aren't busy being involved in some sort of murder will gather here. It's not a pleasant place. There's our friend with the gun. But more importantly, actually, what's this say? A vein-like tube. It's horrible to be near. Let's slot this into place. Give it a yank. It's now set to hearts. And the door disintegrated. Clay Rockridge. Red Rockridge. Red flower. And let's just check for details because it's been a while since I've done that. A perfect bright red rose. Aurum runes. A red rock ridge. Let's give you a red flower. A light grey flower. Aurum runes. I'll bet you'd prefer this gold flower, and Claire would much prefer this white flower. Flower takes root in the soil and blooms. Yeah, he won't much prefer that. Oh, I actually didn't notice. We can get a memory from this room. But I think that red rock ridge, I guess, would prefer this purple flower. Which is weird. Eleanor Bonds would like a red flower. And doing all that actually switches on this cable. The crypt is empty. Now things are going to get slightly awkward because I don't remember the exact room. Four of spades, but as the guests in the mansion die, these lights will switch off. A note is scrawled on the orange picture. 6pence. Blow his brains out. A note is scrawled on the grey picture. Clay killed the spider. Poison him instead. A note is scrawled on the bright green picture. Trinity always hears the garrote. Put her in with the spider. A note is scrawled on the dark purple picture. Willow, drowning too mundane. Despair into hanging. A note is scrawled on the picture. Tequila, lethal self-laceration, then feed to spider. A note is scrawled on the purple picture. Red, self-termination on electrics. Manipulate infections as needed. A note is scrawled on the deep green picture. Grayson, lure, entrap, impale. A note is scrawled on the gold picture. Aurum, render in furnace. A note is scrawled on the dark blue picture. Thanos avoids the lift shaft. Immolate instead. And our time in this day is almost done. Yeah, that's still horrible to be near. We're not getting this done today. So we've got to wind back all 12 minutes, and actually, might be time for a new episode. Or might be time I just ended recording session all over. Until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.